Hello again, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about insomnia and things that you can do to get a good night's sleep. Uh, Today, obviously, we live in a very fast-paced world, and with the stresses of family, work, and so forth, getting to sleep can be quite difficult. So I thought I would dedicate one of these podcasts to insomnia and give you some strategies that you can use to help you get to sleep and have a good night's sleep. So, with that being said, let's get started. So, what is insomnia? Insomnia is where people or where you're not able to fall asleep, or when you get to sleep, you're not able to stay asleep. So it's very broken. Um, you can wake up feeling very lethargic, very tired. Your body doesn't get the chance to heal, and so forth. So why is sleep important? Okay, well, sleep stimulates the release of growth hormones, which is necessary for tissue growth and body repair. So, especially for people who are very active, who go to the gym or who have very active professions and you're using your body very often, sleep is very important for healing, for repairing your body. Muscle growth occurs during sleep. People who have very mentally draining professions, engineers, scientists, and so forth, or people who think a lot also need sleep because it helps to repair the brain. Physically, I'm talking about. So your brain, um, your neurons, all of that sort of good stuff that keeps you cognitively healthy. So healthy mind heals during sleep. Okay, so sleep also improves emotional regulation. So it helps to build emotional resilience. So when life gets tough, you're able to deal with it a lot better if you've had a good night's sleep. Sleep's also been shown to improve problem solving. So sleeping it off, for example, can actually help you to solve problems. So when you've got problems in life, or problems at work, or if you're creating something new, or if you've got problems, your subconscious is always working on it. And when you sleep, you're basically giving power to your subconscious to help you to solve those problems. So when you wake up, you can wake up with a clarity of mind. So the solutions can be revealed. Sleep also supports immune function to help fight off disease and infection. So if you're sick, having sleep actually helps you. In fact, it's natural for our bodies to fast, so that is to not intake food, and to rest and sleep, so that it can focus all of its energy on repair, which it needs to do. So if you're awake, basically being awake takes a lot of energy of the body. And if you're sick and you're awake, you're basically the energy is not being fully used for your immunity to help fight off the disease, because you're focused on other things that you're doing when you're awake. Watching TV, for example, takes energy, and if you're focusing on watching TV, you're basically taking energy away from fighting your the disease or infection that you might have. So sleep and quality of sleep is crucial for your immune system. So what are the stages of sleep? Okay, so basically there are 4 stages of sleep. You've got your N1 stage, which is basically just before you fall asleep. It's your lightest sleep, and it only lasts for a few minutes. N2 is where you have slowed brain activity. You're normally in your N2 state for about half the night. Your N3 is your deep sleep. Okay, so this is where your growth hormones start to kick in. This is where real healing and recovery takes place. And typically, you will be in this state for 10 to 20% of the night. REM, or rapid eye movement, is basically where mental healing takes place. So emotional regulation, problem solving, that sort of stuff starts to take place in your rapid eye movement portion of sleep. So this is where you dream. Dreaming happens in the REM state of sleep. And your body is also very clever. It actually disables your muscle movement, your skeletal muscle movement, so that you don't actually act out. Excuse me. You don't actually act out your dreams. So sleepwalkers, for example, or people who do act out, it's because their body hasn't deactivated their muscles, and so they start acting out their sleep. But typically, if that happens, you would want to see your GP, because it could be some deeper issues going on there. So what can you do if you're having trouble getting to sleep? What can you do to get to sleep? So I've got 5 things here. Now there are more things that you can do, but I just wanted to keep it simple. So I've just got 5 things that, well, first of all, I do these things myself, and I've also had success with clients who are unable to sleep for various reasons. And so I wanted to present these, I guess, top 5 things which I would suggest if you're having trouble sleeping. Excuse me. So, number one, is drink some chamomile tea about 1 hour before sleep. Okay, chamomile is a natural relaxant. It's a neurorelaxant, so it helps to calm your mind. It helps to stimulate the melatonin, which is your sleep hormone, and it basically just helps you feel that kind of drowsiness. It's natural, 100% natural. Obviously, it's caffeine free. So do that about an hour before, and the reason I say an hour is because if you drink it directly before bed, you probably will wake up because you need to go to the toilet because you're still drinking something. Excuse me. So what you want to do is, if you give yourself an hour, you're giving yourself enough time so that you can go to the toilet before you go to sleep, and increase your chances of having a good night's sleep following that's continued throughout the whole night. Number 2 is no screens about 2 hours before sleep. So no laptops, no iPhones or iPads, ideally no TV about 2 hours before sleep. So why is that? Well, the light from the screens, and in particular the blue light, inhibits melatonin. Our bodies have been designed to go to sleep and wake up with the sun. Now, blue light in particular stimulates our brain, which is basically an evolution thing, because if you think about it, in the middle of the day is when the sky is the bluest. So this is why we're the most awake. And in the evenings and early mornings, the sky is orange, or that orange tinge, which is why when we see a warmer light or an orangey kind of light, we can start to feel a bit more relaxed. This is one of the reasons why you'll find in a lot of offices they have what's called a cool white color. So it's less orange, because they want you to be awake during the office. And at home you tend to have a warmer white, so a more orangey tinge in your light, so that you can feel more comfortable at home. So you want to make sure that you have no screen time. Now, as a little thing as well, even if your screen has that, you can program it to have the yellow or the orangey kind of faded light, which normally kicks in the evenings. If you've got an iPhone, I know my iPhone does it about 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, where the blue light actually starts to turn orange. That's their way of trying to help you to not be so awake at night. So they are, I guess technology is trying to do its thing, but still it will still be stimulating you. Like it's not foolproof, and you still will get some stimulation. So ideally, just turn off your phone, ideally. It's also good because if you turn off your phone, if you're not looking at that, you're also not exposing yourself to social media, or to negative, to the news, negative things before sleep, which can increase stress, and stress also inhibits sleep as well. So that could be another reason. If you are doing it and you're looking at negative stuff before sleep, that could also be causing insomnia. So ideally, just get rid of your phone a couple of hours before sleep. And the reason I say 2 hours is because it actually takes about 2 hours for you to calm down, or for your mind to start getting relaxed after screen time, basically. So read a paper and ink book, and I have specifically wrote paper and ink because, like I said, reading on an iPad does not count. So read a paper and ink book before bed. This actually helps you to fall asleep. So read, whatever you like to read. If it's self-development, if it's fiction, if it's non-fiction, whatever. Just read a paper and ink book before bed, and that will help you to start to feel drowsy. You want to make your bedroom cool as well. Heat is counteractive to sleep. So you want to make your bedroom about 21 degrees, maybe a little bit cooler if you like, and then put a blanket over you. You will actually get a better night's sleep under cool. Our bodies are designed to sleep better in cooler climates than in warmer climates. That's why in the middle of summer, when it's 30 degrees outside and you haven't got the air conditioning on, you just cannot sleep. Okay, because our bodies aren't designed to sleep in that temperature. So make sure that your bedroom is cool. And go to sleep at the same time every night. So you want to program your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is basically your body clock. And if you're going to sleep at different times, so say you're going to sleep at 11, then you're going to sleep at 9, you're going to sleep at midnight, another night you're going to sleep at 10, you're confusing your body clock, and you're going to find it very difficult to have a natural rhythm to go to sleep with. So go to sleep at the same time every night, and set your alarm for the same time every morning. Your body will adapt. I think it takes about 2 or 3 weeks for your body to adapt. So if this is new to you, just be patient, and you'll find that if you do go to sleep at the same time every night and you wake up at the same time every morning, you will feel better. You will feel less groggy, less drowsy. Now, that being said, of course, we do have the ups and downs in life. So it's not to say that you're always going to feel good. I mean, there are going to be times when you probably will feel groggy for whatever reason, but you'll feel it less. Okay, so go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every night and every morning. Try not to eat directly before sleep. If you're going to eat directly before sleep, it actually makes it harder for you to fall asleep. So you want to eat a couple of hours before sleep, so that your body's in a rested state. Because if you just eat, your body's active, trying to process the food, digest the food, break down the molecules, all that sort of stuff of the food. So you want to make sure that your body is not active before you go to sleep. There's a couple of things that I also want to add that I didn't write down here. First one is, try to avoid melatonin tablets or melatonin supplements unless you are absolutely struggling to go to sleep. And the reason I say that is our body naturally produces melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. If you supplement melatonin, basically what you're telling your body is you don't need to produce as much, because you're going to get some from an external source, and that's not what you want to do. Excuse me, because otherwise it gets harder and harder for your body to produce it. So as a short-term solution, yes, if you are struggling from insomnia and you need to really just get to sleep, take some melatonin, but learn strategies to wean yourself off it. Okay, and that's not just, obviously this applies to any medications that work through through regulating your hormones. Your body produces the hormones it needs. Sometimes it does need a bit of short-term stimulation to produce those hormones, but it should never ever be a long-term solution, because that will become detrimental to your health. So melatonin tablets short-term is okay, long-term a big no-no. There was one more thing which has just escaped me. So I might just give that one a miss. And yeah, I hope that you found this useful. So just to reiterate, so your sleep is fundamental for a healthy mind and body. Okay. So you want to get to sleep at the same time every night and every morning. Drink the chamomile tea. You want to set yourself up for success. Okay. So if you're struggling to sleep, there are solutions out there. There are options out there that you have. Oh, that's right. Sorry, it just popped into me, the other thing. So sometimes it can be good to have a bit of a ritual before sleep. So rituals are basically habits, and if you do these rituals over and over, you'll actually program yourself to fall asleep when you do these rituals. And I'll give you an example. I know of this lady who she had a lot of trouble getting to sleep. And what she used to do was she would roll over to her left and then roll over to her right, and that's how she used to get to sleep. But she stopped doing that, and so that's why she stopped. It was harder for her to get to sleep. And when we figured this out, and she was asked, roll to the left and then roll to the right and see how that works. It started working again. She was able to get to sleep because subconsciously she'd programmed her mind to that ritual. So setting yourself up a ritual, and ideally setting yourself up a ritual with these strategies, very, very powerful stuff, can be very, very powerful. Okay. So you might have a ritual of, having dinner 2 hours before sleep, and, having chamomile 1 hour before sleep, and reading a book for, 10, 15 minutes in bed before sleep. And then, when the clock hits 9:30, you just turn off the light, and because you get drowsy, and then you set your alarm for 5:30, 6 in the morning, and you're sleeping all the way through. Okay, so set up a ritual, something that works for you, and see how it goes. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have, please like, please subscribe. If you want to make an appointment with me, you can contact me at info@alexrodriguez.com.au. Excuse me. You can also go to my website, www.alexrodriguez.com.au. It's got my number. You can schedule an appointment with me directly through my website as well. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.